21st Century Prepper here. Today we're going to go over my bug out bag, or GHB, my get home bag. Some of you are probably saying, well, that's kind of small. It's kind of the purpose of a bug out bag. It should be small, light. It's not your forever bag. It's a point A to point B. Whether point A is home or work, point B is home, in the case of getting home from work, or a shopping trip someplace, or a friend's house, or whatever you're doing. Point A to point B. Point B has supplies for you. Point B could be a hotel room. And maybe those supplies you have to go buy because maybe your house just burned down, or you were evacuated because of a hurricane, or forest fire. There was fires out east last fall, and then the big fires up in Canada. There's fires every year in California. This isn't to bug out and live in the trees for years, or whatever you want to. The romanticized version of bugging out. This is for. We're most likely going to do everyday little shit hits the fan situations that are going to come up to us, where whether it's a house fire, or like I said, a hurricane, or a tornado, or tornado sirens go off. You grab this thing, you get in your shelter area in your house, boom, you're good to go. You have a few supplies for a couple of days for you. You have information, I'll show you here in a bit, information to start rebuilding your life. They're not meant for long term. So if you saw my video on the water kit, this was the water kit. I've just expanded it, added a couple more pouches to it, added some other stuff to it to give me that 72 hours, or I consider 72 hours or 25 miles, maybe 30, depending on the weather. Winter, it might be only 15. It all kind of depends on the weather and what's going on. And also, the situation, too. This is a Condor water pouch with 2 Condor gadget bags and a radio pouch. The shoulder strap I got separately. They don't come with it, so I picked that up separately. There is a clip light on it. I have a whistle on the outside, because sometimes you may not be in a situation where you want to avoid people. You may want to attract people. So, got the whistle. I also have a signaling mirror inside the pouch. We have do-rag for head protection, filtering water, improvised sling, whatever. Tons of uses for a do-rag. 38-ounce Nalgene stainless steel bottle. That's what the bottle is. Over here in this pouch, this little zipper here, we have P38 and a P51 can opener. That's it for that. And here we have, I don't carry a whole lot of food, 2 fig bars. It's 72 hours. You can go without eating much in 72 hours. We all have a little extra body fat to us, so your energy level might be deteriorated over that time, but maybe not. Maybe you can stretch it and get there. This is wet fire fire starter. In case I do stop and make fire, I wouldn't plan on stopping and make a fire. Depends on the weather. That would be the biggest factor. I'm going to boogie from point A to point B. I'm not going to stop and make fire. I'll stop and rest for 10-15 minutes here and there, if that, even maybe just 5. Replenish water, rest for a few minutes and then get going. If I was doing that kind of bug out. Ferro rod, striker. And in here we have storm matches, another way to start a fire, survival blanket, a couple Slim Jims. Here's that signaling mirror. That's it for that one. Now I'll go over to this one over here. I got some headphones because I always have my phone on me, and if you've seen the phone video, smartphone usage off grid, you know that can be used. Here's an on-the-go cable and a flash drive. Information on here, financial information, insurance, medical. What medical we do have, property, pictures of the property, headshots of the kids, that kind of stuff. It's all encrypted except for the headshots. You want the headshots to be able to be pulled up by anybody in case you are found and you're not able to communicate. Everything else is encrypted on here. Information is key to rebuilding your life. If you're rebuilding from that hurricane or that fire or whatever, this information will help you jumpstart rebuilding your life. Very important. In case I do stop and make a fire, and here's some hot chocolate. Imagine that filled with hot chocolate. That would stave off your hunger pains for quite a bit if it was just a little bit of hot chocolate to it. And here's a cup of soup. Add that to the mix. Then cash, credit card. Again, you might be bugging out from a hurricane. You might be bugging out from a fire, whatever. You might be going to a hotel. You might be going to a friend's house, whatever. You're going to need some money or some way to access some money. You got to carry some cash and a credit card, some sort, in your bug out bag. It's a prepaid credit card. This one's an American Express, and I also have a Visa. They're both been filled up with a little bit of money on it. Not a whole lot, but enough. Okay, that's it for that part of the pouch. Then we have a sanitary towel for reasons we all know about, and another lighter. So we have a lighter, we have matches, we have a ferro rod, and I'm missing one thing I haven't gotten to yet. But I have 4 ways to start a fire in this bag. Even though I don't plan on starting a fire, I need ways to start a fire, because it is very important if I need it. So 2 is 1, 1 is none. There's also some hand sanitizer down here, which also can be used to start the fire or help get the fire going. This pouch, Sunjack headlamp, some paracord, and a mini Sawyer. Here's a Sunjack 8,000 milliamp battery with a cable. Can recharge my cell phone and recharge the headlamp. I can charge both. So if the headlamp dies, I can recharge it. If there was a true bug out situation where I had to go on foot or whatever, I'd want to be going at night. Would be the best, because less people, less chance of being spotted, whatever, if that was the case. So night travel would be better. And then there's a hanger for the stainless steel bottle that can purify water by boiling it. So water here, water here. 2 ways to sanitize water. If I had to. This, for 72 hours, it should be very adequate. Then we have, in this little Altoids tin, I just have a basic first aid and also a little tinder. Some ibuprofen, some diarrhea pills, some burn gel, some alcohol swabs, band-aids, just very basic first aid kit. If I was to leave my vehicle with this kit, I have in my vehicle The first aid kit I did another video on, so this is my major first aid kit. This is nothing compared to this, so but this is there just in case. And there is a video on this bag, and I have updated it a little bit. I will be doing a new video for that soon. Okay, this paired with my EDC, my everyday carry, which consists of a handgun, a couple extra mags, a fixed blade and a folding knife, a mini mag light, my keys, which have a couple of tools on them, and some pepper spray. And there's also a Leatherman multi-tool. My sunglasses, which is important to protect your, protect your eyes. I have a BK-16 as my fixed blade knife. I have 2 different holsters in my vehicle, so I can, whether I want to open carry or conceal carry, it depends on what the situation is. I may want to have a show of force, I'd be open carrying. If I didn't want to have a show of force, I'd conceal carry. I can open carry in where I live, so it's perfectly legal for me to do that at any time. So with the EDC, this kit, my first aid kit, this all combined together. I can use the EDC by itself, obviously. I can use this by itself, and obviously the first aid kit is the first aid kit. You can use that by itself. All this combined with the bag that I consider my inch bag all comes together and creates my inch system, which means I put all these together. I can go, and I can go for as long as I want. At least I hope. If I didn't have my EDC, if I didn't have this, I have backups in my inch to cover this, and I have backups in my inch to cover my EDC. First aid, I do not have. I mean, it's very small backup in my inch bag, but not compared to the first aid kit. I do have a separate food bag for my inch system, and that will be in another video also. But all these combined make the inch system for me. That may not be the way others do it. That may not be the way you'd want to do it. You have to work a system that fits you and fits your plans. So that's the Bob. I like to keep it simple. Simple and light. This, when together, is about 6.5 pounds. Throw in the EDC with the handgun and the extra rounds and all that. That's about another 2, maybe a little over 2. So this and the EDC and the first aid kit, probably all of 13 pounds, maybe. And obviously I can carry it over my shoulder. I can put the first aid kit attached to my belt, or I can also carry it over my shoulder too. And the EDC, I'd have everything strapped to my belt. So, thank you for watching.